Okay, so we've been, like I mentioned, we've been gone for a while for a variety of reasons, but we're happy to be back. And also, we've scheduled over the next 3 weeks to record 3 times. So the hiatus was short lived, but there's been some really big news stories in the past month. Some things that we've seen, and it's like, oh, I wish we were recording this week because there's something big going on. The potential TikTok ban, Reddit going public. I believe they go public today as we're recording. Websites built with Google business profiles are now gone, something we brought up in one of the other podcasts. So for all of us here, guys, what would you say has been the big headline in the time that we've been gone since early February? What's been the big headline for you? Duncan, we'll start with you.
I'd say it's probably the Reddit IPO. It's been interesting to kind of watch the battle that is happening. So like when Reddit posted their IPO, they had said that one of the risks was their own subreddit, Wall Street Bets, shorting it. So they're like, a lot of people were talking about shorting the Reddit IPO. In general, like IPOs are kind of scary. You have these hedge funds that are jacking up the prices. You have the Reddit CEO that's apparently taking like $190 million a year, while you have unpaid moderators on Reddit. So there's a lot of dynamics happening there. There's a lot of it's so interesting to watch a platform make these decisions while not necessarily consulting the people that manage the product itself. You also had the IPO offering moderators shares of the company in the initial public offering. But then again, those shares were priced quite highly, as the value of Reddit is questionable, considering it hasn't made actual revenue. And on top of that, the fact that the CEO's taking $190 million a year makes you question a lot of the financial dynamics of the business. So I don't really blame Wall Street Bets for being a little bearish, as they say, or wanting to short this IPO, because frankly, it's one of those ones that you may just want to stay clear of and wait for the dust to settle before you decide if you want to invest or not. But it's very interesting to see basically a platform that has an internal segment that is really against it IPOing, or at least betting against its success as an IPO while this is all happening. So.
Talk about like the call is coming from inside the house when they're going public, right? And there's people inside of it that are trying to blow it up. It's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Ian, how about you? What's been a big headline in the past, let's call it, month or so?
Yeah, I think, as Duncan mentioned, the Reddit IPO is definitely big. The mention of TikTok possibly getting banned in the US is also a big one. There's been a lot of great ones. One that I think we're going to talk about a little later is the situation with Air Canada and their chatbots. Tesla started doing advertising at the request of their shareholders, and something that they've never really had to do before. There's been a lot of interesting tech news recently.
Yeah, it was a great time to take a hiatus from the podcast because only everything happened, so it worked out well. For me, it's the potential TikTok ban. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to get any further than it is right now in the States. Could somebody step in and buy it? Would they sell it? Does the algorithm come with the sale, which I've read lots about? It's kind of like you can buy the car, but you can't buy the engine. Well, there's no point in buying the car then because you don't get the engine. But that one, I know there's been a lot of people chatting about it, but I don't see it. I don't see it going any further than it is right now. And, if it were to actually get banned in the States, how long before people find another way on it, or something else comes along to take over from it, or does it spin off into something else? Who knows?